So, now concerning the afterlife, we get some understanding in Revelation, gives us some understanding of the afterlife. And Jesus gave us a story which we found out which we understood from last week was a true story, because what happens is he uses real names of real people. And so yeah, we can look at this to kind of clear up some understanding of death. I mean, there's still levels to this. Like, if we really wanted to understand more about death, then yeah, we'd have to look at the Old Testament, what happened, like pictures of what the Old Testament gives us about death, pictures of what Revelation gives us about death. Revelation gives us a lot about heaven, and so. But we're just going to look, and we'll build more and more understanding as we go. Right, Luke 16, verse 19. So there was a rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen, who feasted sumptuously every day. Linen, when you see fine linen, I believe that's speaking of righteousness. White and linen, particularly white, is speaking of like purity, holiness, righteousness. Purple, when you see purple in the Bible, that's usually speaking of royalty. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, purple. Yeah, usually points to royalty. Right. Verse 20. Luke 16:20. And at his gate was laid a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who desired to be fed with what fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, even the dogs came and licked his sores. The poor man died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried. And in Hades, being in torment, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham far off and Lazarus at his side. So, this is a true story. You've got real names being used now, as opposed to like most of the parables where names are not used.